Hey guys, today we're going to be replacing the silver Kia badges on my car with gloss black ones. Stay tuned.
Let's try the kimchi.
So one thing when I got the car is I thought that the gloss black and the red went well together, but I thought that the silver badges on the car just stood out way too much. So today we're going to go fix that. Now the basic procedure here is that these are all held on by double-sided automotive grade sticky tape. And what I'm going to be doing is heating up this badge, although not too much because we don't want to damage the paint in any way or the PPF that's on my hood. We're going to be heating up the badge a little bit to get the adhesive a little bit sticky. And then I'm using a special tool that's essentially like kind of a wire, but one that's going to be non-destructive. And that's going to help me to ease off this badge off the hood, hopefully. And I think because I'm going to heat it up a little bit beforehand and kind of going to work it and ease it off in a very patient way, these will come off pretty easily. Now, before I take them off, we got to do a very important thing, which is to mark exactly where these badges are so that I can put the new badges on, hopefully in the exact same spot. The way I'm going to do that is by using some painter's tape. The painter's tape will be non-destructive to the hood, but I'm going to put it around the edges of the Kia logo and also the logos in the back that I'm taking off and replacing. So let's go ahead and do that with this first badge in the front, and then we're going to be taking it off and using the painter's tape as the guide to put on the new badges, which I'll show you in a second. So first, let's go and do the removal. All right, so we got our painter's tape here. Let's put it on the car in the right place. All right, so what I did here is put this first piece of tape right at the bottom edge of the Kia logo so that when I put on the new logo, I'll be positioning it in the exact same spot. Now, I'm going to do the same on the top here. So I think the bottom one is really the key. All right, so we got the top one, same place. Now let's do the sides so that we know left, right, exactly where this thing is going to go as well. Now I will say that my car was PPF'd and paint corrected. And so as part of that, my detailer and installer has already taken up these logos once. So these have not the original factory adhesive on the logos themselves. And I can tell this is not going to be that tough to get them off. In fact, I think I can, yeah, look, I can already start one of them right now a little bit on the end of my N, my reverse N, or really the A. So let's go next and get my heat gun. So I have a vinyl heat gun here. This is a Vivid one. You can get this on Amazon pretty easily. Now I think the key here is you don't want to hold it too close to the surface because we want to heat this up a little bit, but we do not want to get it too hot, and we don't want to start melting things like the PPF on my hood. So I think that's enough for us to start. Let's see what this kind of does here. So already, oh yeah, this is easy, really easy. Now it appears the front has positioning holes for the logo. So very easy to get this thing off. Again, I don't think this was the factory adhesive. I don't know that, but I think my installer put some adhesive on here after removing the badges to PPF the hood. Okay, so now we got this logo off. We've got tape around the perimeter of where the new logo is going to go. And I think the next thing we got to do here is I'm going to go and do a little cleanup job on this. So that's the next step here. Now to do this cleaning, I'm going to be using this Rapid Tech stuff. And this Rapid Tack is made specifically for vinyl application and also for adhesives like this double-sided tape. And what it does is not only cleans, but it kind of has some chemicals in it that help promote the adhesive to stick well and to have a good bond. So I'm using just a little bit on a microfiber towel, and I'm not spraying it directly in the car hood, and I'm then going and wiping off the excess here. So this is now completely clean and ready for its new badge. All right, so let me show you the new badge here. This is actually from Korea, from Shark Racing, and I think what they do is buy the actual Kia badges, and then they go and spray paint them or otherwise coat them in gloss black, and these look really perfect, really look beautiful, and look like they came OEM this way. And we still have the original Kia bag they're in, so their new badges, they just go and get them painted for you. Now, these are already to go in terms of being adhesive, it seems. And I just pulled them off the backing. This doesn't have the holes it goes in, so I bet these are made for multiple vehicles, not just the EV6 they got these for. And so this one doesn't have holes, but I think is the exact same size, this being the front one. So what I'm going to do is line up the bottom here, both left to right and up and down with my painter's tape, and it looks like it fits perfectly. And I'm just going to push it in and get it on. So there we go. I've now got this badge on here. I'm going to apply pressure to it because that's generally what you do with these double-sided tape. For about 30 seconds, that activates the adhesive on the tape. So let's do that a little bit more here. All right, so I think this looks pretty good now. We've gotten it pretty smushed down here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take off the painter's tape, which leaves no mark, and let's see how it looks. I'm really digging this. This is great. Looks a hell of a lot better. Blends in a little bit more. It's not so Kia in your face. So I'm liking this. All right, so now let's go to the back and we'll change those other two badges using the same process I just used for the front. You join me in the back of my car. And again, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be replacing the silver badge in the middle, which is a little bit bigger than the front, with a gloss black version of it. We're also going to be changing this over here. So here we have an EV6 badge. That's also silver or chrome. I guess it's kind of a brushed chrome silver. We're going to be taking this one off as well and replacing it with EV6 in gloss black. Again, these are from Shark Racing. Now, the GT badge here is generally also silver and black, but I've already put this awesome overlay over it that matches my brake caliper, so I'm going to leave that where it is. All right, we're going to use the same process as the front. So the first thing we're going to do is mask off the badge positioning so that we can put the new badge on in the exact same place as the old badge. All right, now tape-wise, again, we're using painter's tape. I use pretty wide painter's tape so that there's no doubt where it's going. Okay, now we've got the old badge masked off. We're going to use our heat gun again with kind of moderate heat, keeping it not too close to the badge or the car itself so as not to damage the paint. My back trunk here does not have any PPF on it, but has ceramic coating. We certainly don't want to heat up the paint too much to cause any damage as we're taking these badges off. Now I can already see, like, I can probably just lift off this badge without much use of any of the specialized tools that I got. All right, so got this specialized tool from Amazon to take off badges like this. All right, so I got this string here. I've tied it between the two metal things. I'm going to go real quick and heat up the logo again. And now we're going to take this string and put pressure on the logo part of it, not on the hood, or not on the paint of the car. And you can see this is just cutting through it like butter. All right, well, I've broken the string, so I'm going to take a new piece of string and see if I can kind of get this off now with the amount of loosening. And I can actually, so no problem whatsoever once I started this, being able to kind of pull it off. At this point, you're kind of committing to replacing it, so I think that's just fine. All right, great. So now we got this logo off here. This has a little bit more adhesive on it, certainly. And not only more adhesive, but it also has some dirt. All right, so we got a microfiber towel. You need some Rapid Tack, and then we're gonna work off the rest of this adhesive. And in fact, why don't I just try and get part of the adhesive off first before doing this, so I can get less rubbing on the paint itself. In the case of detailing, you always want to have less rubbing, not more. All right, so here's from the factory the Kia logo for the back, painted gloss black in by Shark Racing. And we're going to go ahead and take off this backing here, exposing the adhesive. And we're going to go right here and go to the edges of exactly where my painter's tape is. And it looks perfect, left, right, and up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and place it. There we go. All right, now, just like in the front, what I'm going to do is apply some pressure to it. All right, so now we've got this logo looking really good. Let's go and get the painter's tape off and make sure this looks perfect and we're happy with it. I think we are. I like this. Love how this complements the black accents in the car. All right, now we've got one final logo to do here, and it's this EV6 logo right here. So what we got to do is mask it off. Now this logo here is actually perhaps more challenging because it actually looks to be in two parts. The E and the V are connected, and then the 6 is actually separate. Now I think the way that the new logo is, they have a piece of plastic over the front to allow you to position it and have these positioned between the EV and the 6 to be perfect. But we're going to mark this in some way perhaps to make sure that we get the 6 positioned properly in case they come apart. So I have another piece of tape here where the edge of the tape is right on the edge of the 6, so that if I need to, I can position the 6 separately from the EV in case they get separated. Okay, final logo. Again, in the Kia packaging. Now this one's a little bit different, as I kind of try to describe. It's got the same yellow backing, but on the front it actually has a piece of cellophane over the EV and 6 to position the 6 in the proper spacing from the E and D, the right kerning. So what I'm going to do is first get off this silver logo. Now let's see if we can get it off with just working it with my fingers, and I think I can. Oh yeah. Oh, there goes the 6. I just have an EV now. Just a generic EV. Now let's see if we can get this EV off easily. All right, here comes the EV as well. Perfect. All right, now we just got to go ahead and do some more cleaning here. So let's go and use some of that on here. And so what we're going to do is take that off. Now, the logo itself, what we want to do is separate that from this foam backing, but we want to keep it on the plastic so that the 6 in the EV, we have the logo itself here on this translucent paper. So the EV and 6 are in the perfect positioning still. So I'm going to put this on here and try and position it left, right in the exact proper spot here. This one's tough because it's got a lot of curves to it. So there's not like edges on the left side and right side that are straight. And there's also some glare from the cellophane here. All right, I think I've gotten this perfectly here. This is all on. I'm going to use the cellophane here to press it in. And now I'm going to go and pull off the cellophane, and hopefully it's going to come off and leave the logo where it is. I'm going to do it very slowly to make sure of that. Awesome. All right. Perfect. Look at this. Let's go and take this tape off, and then we're going to show you the ending result here. All right, thanks for joining me on this little fun adventure to replace my logos on my car with nice gloss black ones. Hope you're having fun this weekend with your car, and I'll see you in the next one.